Tell me some testimonies, people that you've seen come to the group, Celebrate Recovery or whatever, and the transformation that you've seen in their life.
Oh man, it's amazing. You see their looks change. You see them come in. One one I can think about. She come in. She was a bag of bones, and she's a healthy girl now, corn-fed healthy girl now. And just the things that we've seen them do. We've seen them get their kids back. We've seen them put their families back in order. Something I was really amazed about. February 3rd, when we had that one girl have her year anniversary, uh, we hadn't got the coins out.
Right.
And one of the other guys dug in his pocket, grabbed his 1 year anniversary coin, flipped it to her, give her his coin in large group. That was something. When they get that year coin, that is a big milestone for them. And for someone else to flip her their coin, that means an awful lot. It's neat to watch these folks actually care about one another again. And we have some small rules. Ours is a little different than NA and AA. The ladies are separated for small group. Men are separated for small group. It's gender separated. Large group, we're all together. But small group, they go separate.
All that sounds so great. And it's changing lives, transforming lives, helping people, showing love, showing God and Jesus love to people. That's the main important thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just that. It's showing people. A lot of people have never been to church.
Right.
It's amazing the people that's never been to church. They know nothing about God. They know nothing about love or people caring for them. And most of them think that if you care about them or you treat them good, that you're wanting something from them. So what you're doing is you're breaking tradition for them. You're trying to change that tradition that they've never had. And Celebrate Recovery is a way to get them in the door of church,
Right.
teach them about Christ, let them learn about Christ. And that makes a big difference to a lot of people.
Oh, that's so great. I talk to a lot of young people. I'm a full-time minister myself. I go from church to church, and I talk a lot to the teenagers and, tell them the dangers of drugs. And, people say, well, you're just trying to scare them. They need to be scared. They need to be scared of drugs.
Absolutely.
The effects of drugs, you can never be the same after you get on some of these drugs. Your eyes sink in. You got these big black rings on here. You look like a zombie walking around. It's just death.
It is, which methamphetamine is something in our community that's destroyed it. You look at, I've heard people make jokes, say go to Walmart to zombies at 3 o'clock in the morning. But you walk around and you see these folks, and it's amazing. We've been very fortunate. We've never had one come in high or drunk, but we have rules set in place. If you want to leave in a nice set of silver bracelets, come in here high or so forth, we're going to call the sheriff's office.
Right.
We've got to protect our people. And they appreciate that because they've seen where they've been and they don't want to go back. But when people see a drug addict, a drug addict will do anything for that next fix. Matters, there is no matter. It does not matter what they do. So what I would say is get a hold of a local group and take your teenager and let them meet some of these people, kind of like a Scared Straight program, but let them meet these people that can tell them stories. We've had some fantastic testimonies come through. We do testimonies once a month, and it's amazing the people that's had testimonies over drugs that have straightened up and where they are now compared to where they were.
Young people and people in general don't even realize how dangerous some of these drugs are. One time could stop your heart.
Absolutely.
Meth is one of the worst drugs that has ever been invented. Got all these different chemicals in there, rat poison and things like that, battery acid, Drano, that will kill you.
I've always said, I've told these folks, how do you do something with Drano and lithium battery acid and hydrous ammonia in it?
Right.
To them it's the next high. And actually we've found out lately with some of the testimonies we've had, and our testimonies are just fantastic that come through, is most people, it's the high of making it and trying to get by with it, thinking they're beating the system.
Right.
And you never beat the system. It's going to backfire on you. You're going to get caught up in it. You're going to get addicted to it. I'll tell you the big thing that we see a lot, even more than methamphetamine anymore, is pain pills, muscle relaxers. nerve pills, prescription pills, and you know, and a lot of these folks when they get started on prescription pills, they start from an accident and injury. As they get prescribed to them, they get dependent on them.
Right.
And then when they try to come off, their body hurts, and they have that's their detox. Their body
Right.
hurts, and it aches, and it aches because it's so used to being limber by these medications that it really hurts.